Hello and welcome to this month's Global Stampin' Video Hop. This month we're going to be playing around with punches, and the topic particularly, the theme is my favourite new punch. We have a few new punches in our new catalogue in here. The punches are found up the back just before the dies. So if you turn to page 146, you'll see some new punches. If they're new, they've got a little N in a like a little pink box. That tells you that they're new. And I am going to be playing with some new ones today. We also have some new punches on our online exclusives. So if you happen to be shopping online with Stampin' Up, that's stampinup.com.au if you're in Australia. Then you'll go to the online exclusives and you'll see some new punches in there as well. A couple of circle punches. And these are all punches as well. But as you can see, none of these ones have a little pink N. Except this one, the Elegant Edge Tag Topper. All the others are not new. They've been carried over from a previous catalogue. But that doesn't mean they're no good. They're fantastic. But today I wanted to highlight something new. So I'm actually going to be doing the punch pack. It's actually two punches. I don't know if that's cheating, but the punch pack. And I didn't introduce myself at the beginning. My name is Linda Dolke. I'm a demonstrator in Australia with Stampin' Up. And I'm excited to show you these today. So these are part of the Inked Botanical Suite, and particularly part of the Inked and Tiled bundle. So these are called Inked and Tiled, and they're called that because you can actually tile these, or big word, but tessellate them so that they fit together like a puzzle. You can do that with those if you want to, or you can use them in their own right. Okay, there's a cross and a star, but they do fit together. Or you can just use the crosses or just use the stars. So I'm going to show you a couple of different ways you can use these today to make a very simple card. So the advantage of punches really is that punches don't require any special equipment apart from the punch itself and some paper, and you're away. That's all you need to be able to create something with punches. And I love these ones in particular, the star and the cross that are in this set, because you can do so many different things with them. They're not I'm not even going to show you everything today that you can do with them, but I'm going to show you a few things that you can do with them. All right, let's move that out of the way. I'm going to be working with the Inked Botanicals paper, which is part of this matching set, and I really like it. I'm using Petal Pink as my base cardstock. Just grab my bone folder here, and we've got half a sheet of A4 cardstock, or letter if you're in the US or North America. And you can cut it in half and then fold it in half again to make your card base. Now you could easily make this, I'm making a landscape card today, but you could easily make it portrait. Just turn it around the other way and then of course turn your sentiment by 90 degrees and you'd have the same kind of thing. Then I've got this piece of Calypso Coral cardstock. Now this is 14 centimeters long by 7 centimeters wide. If you're in the US, 7 centimeters is approximately it's 2 3/4 inches this way by 5.5 this way. Okay, you might want to make yours a little bit shorter, perhaps, or just be careful because anything bigger than 5.5 would make it longer than the actual length of your base cardstock, because the US size cardstock is a bit shorter than ours. Ours is a longer piece. All right, so I'm going to be working on this Calypso Coral piece. I'll set this one aside for now. And I'm going to be working with the Inked Botanicals DSP. This is beautiful DSP that matches this set. I didn't even talk about the stamp set that goes with this. As you can see, it's right here and it's gorgeous and you can do lots of lovely things with it. We're just going to use a sentiment and one stamp today, but it's beautiful stamps. All right, so I've got a pack here that I've been chopping away happily and have lots and lots of different pieces. You can see the colors in this are Pool Party, Lost Lagoon, Calypso Coral, Petal Pink, and did I miss any? The thing I like about the paper packs is that they tell you on the back of the pack, here's a new pack here, on the back of the pack, did I miss any? Crush Curry was the color I missed. So Calypso Coral, Crush Curry, Lost Lagoon, Petal Pink, and Pool Party. Okay, now I'd like to say there's a bonus color in here. It's not actually in here, but the color that matches, and I've noticed the sun coming in on my desk, so I'm actually just going to close my blind, which gets rid of the glare a little bit, and hopefully that will make less shadow on my desk. That's the problem with me working in the middle of the day on my videos. I normally video first thing in the morning or last at night time so that I don't have that issue with the sun coming in the window. All right, so here you can see we've got lots of beautiful designs. Mine is all cut up and all over the place because I've been using it quite a lot, and it makes lovely, lovely things. But yeah, just beautiful. So, oh, and that little bit of gold there is from something different. We're going to use that today. I'm just going to set that to one side. All right, so I want to put colors together that are going to coordinate with these two colors. Both of these colors are in this paper pack. So I'm going to be using my stars and my crosses to make a pattern that I'm going to tile together on this piece. So I'm going to just have a quick look and see. I don't think I'll be using the crushed curry particularly, except in small amounts today. But you know, you can use that if you want to, or not use it if you don't. All right, so I've got a couple of pieces here. That one's really nice. I like this one. This has got a bit of the Lost Lagoon in it. And like I was saying before, the Pretty Peacock is like a bonus color, because Pretty Peacock to me is tones really, really well with the Lost Lagoon. And sometimes I'll use the Pretty Peacock to, you can see how nice this looks with this. See how it almost looks like it goes. Even though this color isn't in the pack, it goes beautifully with the Lost Lagoon. So that's kind of like a little bonus color if you want to add that in. And because it's darker, it's great for stamping sentiments and things like that. All right, so I'm thinking this one looks really great. And this one, really, really nice. I'm not sure whether I want to use that one, but I do want to use the one that's got the dots. So which one is that? This one, okay. I think those three will work really nicely together. So and we'll see if we need any others as we go along. So I'm just gonna, and then I'll show you a different, the same card, but with a different colorway. All right, so I'm gonna move that to the side. We're gonna work on here. And I'm going to be, I need 4 of the crosses and 4 of the stars. So let's do a star in fact, I might do, let's see, I might do a cross in this one as well, because I really like these dots. I think the dots have got lots of potential. We can do a lot with those. All right, so let's put those two aside. And then I might do some more, yeah, I might do some more with this one. I really like this as well. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, I'm going to have a few of those. And we've got enough crosses now, but we need some stars. So let's do some stars with this. And I'll show you what I mean about putting them together like a puzzle. I think, even though I haven't spoken to the other girls who've been putting up their videos, and I don't know what everyone else is doing, it wouldn't surprise me if quite a few people use this particular punch pack, because it's so nice. It's just a really good one. And that's nice on this side as well. So all right, so let's start by, I'm going to put this so it's got a little bit of a gap, and I'll position them as I go. And then this one is going to fit in here. This will go slightly over this edge, unless I don't want it to, but I can reposition that in a bit. Let's do this pretty one with all the dots. And then I need this little guy here. And I'm going to do another one of the stars in that same pattern. See what I mean about it looking like, it looks like you're doing a puzzle, kind of. Now we can do this one again, or maybe, yeah, you know what, I do like that one again. I'm going to go with that one again. And see, I've come down from this end a bit, so I might want to space these out a little bit more. Alternatively, I could have this one on here, or I could have this. You know what, I'm going to stick with that pattern. I like it. All right, so I can space these out a little bit more, so it takes up a little bit more. Or the other option would be to cut this end off, because it's not going to matter. It's like going to sit in the center of my card base, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, that's pretty close. I actually really like that. All right, so let's start by gluing these down. You could use seal, or you could use Tombow. I think tape would be very fiddly to muck around with, but I like this. I like the Tombow for this. Oh, need new Tombow. That one's finished. All right, that's better. It's very cold here at the moment. It's winter in Australia, and all my Tombow is not coming out as fast as it does in the summertime. So I'm kind of adjusting to that. All right, so I'm going to move that down a little bit further. And then this one is going to fit in from the bottom. So I'm going to speed up the camera so you don't have to sit there and watch me do this step by step. And let's get this done, and I'll be back with you in just a moment. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. It's looking really, really nice. Really beautiful tile pattern. Now, there's a few things we could do with this. If you want this to be a portrait card, you can pop it down this way. It really won't matter. And then put a greeting over here somewhere, which would look lovely. But I'm making, like I said, a landscape card today. So I'm just going to decide where to position this. Now, I'm actually thinking I would like something along the bottom here. And I like to do tone on tone when it's a background like this. So I'm actually going to use, I'm deciding, probably these leaves. So let's grab those and pop them. So this is a really nice set. It's got some great sentiments in it. I really like it a lot. And I think you will too if you have this one. It's just super useful. So let me grab my Petal Pink ink, which is this one right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of just do some leaves across the bottom. And as you can see, tone on tone, the same color ink as cardstock, just looks really lovely. We're going to be covering up part of this. I just wanted to have some leaves showing. And that's probably enough. Let me just add a little one here on the edge. All right, that's looking good. Just adds a little bit more interest to the background. All right, now this is going to go onto here, and you can see I'll keep it blank at the top. You could do the top as well if you wanted to. Now I'm wondering if I should. But anyway, I'm going to leave it like that, and I'm going to put some Tombow on the back of this and just add it to my card. So you can see this is very, very easy. Super simple. There we go. Just like that. All right, move that out of the way. Now we need a sentiment, and let's use the punches for that too. All right, so you can see I've got one here that I've already cut lots of stars out of. I'm going to be using the star for my sentiment, so I'm cutting this with just basic white cardstock. Now you can have it so that you can have it whichever way you like, but I'm going to put mine in the middle. You can put it wherever you think it would be best. And will I go hello friend? Will I go happy birthday? I think I'll go hello friend this time, just because I think that's a nice little sentiment. Grab a block, and we'll go with our Calypso Coral ink this time, which is the darker color. Just double check that I don't have any ink where I don't want it. And I'm going to put this hello friend right here in the middle of my star. Okay, just like that. Now, totally up to you if you want to do this or not. This is optional, but I think I want a little bit more interest to this piece. So I'm actually going to stamp this little flower in the background because I think that'll look nice. So I'm going to add that to my block. I'm going to use my Petal Pink ink again because it's nice and light. And I'll show you a couple of other examples. I'm just going to stamp over that. Okay, so just makes it a little bit more interesting. Okay, and if we wanted to, we could also zip around the outside of this with either coral or there's a little bit of yellow on this one. So I'm ending up with some yellow, but that's actually okay because I've got yellow in my paper. But yeah, you could have whichever of the colors you wanted to here. In fact, I think this is probably, without meaning to do it, that's probably a good choice. All right, so there we go. That's going to go in the middle there. Now it needs something else to highlight it. So that's where my beautiful gold dazzle paper comes in. Now this paper comes in a pack of 2 different colors. You can see I've got this one as well. This is the more silver champagne, and then we've got the gold, which I'm sort of hanging on to as much of the gold as I can because it'll be fantastic for Christmas. Can't wait to use that for that. Now I'm going to use the cross, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to cut it, and then I'm going to use my scissors, here they are, to cut straight along this edge, cut off that point, and then straight along this edge and cut off that point. Okay, now you could use these to come out from behind, which would look really nice, but also these ones will be a little bit longer, and I think I'd like a little bit longer. I'm just going to cut this one in half. This is also a great little label to put a greeting on as well. You know, it's like a little tiny banner that would work really well. So let's grab a glue dot, and I'm going to put a glue dot on the end of this point and the end of this point just to adhere this on. So I'm going to go one here, whoop, press a bit harder, and one here. So now I've got a glue dot on either side of my star, and I'm going to position this just behind there so it sticks out the side. And this is a really nice little thing you can do with your punch that it's nothing to do with the cross at all. It just looks really good. Okay, now I've got my little banner with my 2 little gold pieces coming out the side. When you turn this over, you'll see that it's, you know, you can see these easily on the back. Now I'm going to be putting this on with dimensionals. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my dimensionals so that they go over that join. It's going to make it really solid and strong. Okay, so now these little arrow bits won't go anywhere. They're going to stay solid. So that's going to help the whole thing be a bit more stable. You could, if you wanted to, add a bow to this if you wanted to. You don't have to, but I'm going to call that a finished card. Let me show it to you in a different colorway using the same papers. Okay, this one as well, and this one I added a bow to, and then I added some little dots. Oh, we need some bling. That's what we need on here. I'll add that in a second. But we've got these little yellow adhesive dots that have been added to this one. And so this is Pool Party, Lost Lagoon, and Crushed Curry on this card. And I've used the Crushed Curry behind my greeting there. The crushed curry is a strong color, so if you're going to use crushed curry in the background behind your sentiment, you want to stamp it off first on a piece of paper and then stamp it again, because even then it's still quite strong, so you certainly don't want it full strength. Whereas the petal pink on here, that was okay full strength because it's a paler color, so that works. So there you go, look at that. Now, I do have one last thing I want to show you. I want to add a panel to the middle of my card, and I want to show you one last thing you can do with this gorgeous paper. So I'm going to grab a piece of basic white card, and I'm going to put that, just cut it to the size to go inside the card, because sometimes it's nice to add a layer inside your cards, and I'm sure you agree sometimes it's nicer to write on a piece of white. So I'm going to cut this down. I'm deciding how much. Yep, I'm going to go to 14.3. So this is the size of the piece of paper that you're going to write on inside. Okay, so I'm going to make this 10 centimeters wide. So that's going to depend on what size you like to have. And this is going to get adhered right here inside, okay, which will look lovely. But I want to do something to it first. I'm going to use this little cross punch, and I'm going to put it inside here so that I have about 3 millimeters, or what's that, about a quarter of a centimeter, quarter of an inch, just inside here, and I'm going to snip. Okay, that gives me a decorative edge on decorative corner, which is something else you can do with this die that you may not have thought of. So I've been enjoying doing these. I think they're really fun, and it gives you straight away a really nice look to your cards. And you can do it on the inside piece like I'm doing here, or you could just do it on any corner, any edge at all. And I think that makes it a really fun die to use, because it gives you all these other options of things you can do. So now I have 4 decorative corners, and I'm going to glue this inside my card. Look how nice it looks. Doesn't that look good? I love that. such a useful punch. You can use it for banners, you can use it to tile on the front, you can put crosses next to each other, you can do all sorts of things with this. Super, super cute. And I hope it's going to be around for quite a long while because I just love it. The punch pack here in Australia, for anyone who's wondering if you just want the punches, it's $70 for the 2 punches together. And it's a really nice set. If you wanted to, you could stamp something in the corner. I'm not going to for this video, but you certainly could. But that gives us a beautiful card with a decorative piece inside with these lovely decorative corners. And it's all done with this and this. Okay, these are fantastic. So $70 for the punch pack in Australia. If you want the stamp set as part of the bundle, so you get this beautiful stamp set as well with all these lovely greetings. Okay, this as well as these is $105.25, I think. Let me double check that. I don't want to give you the wrong amount. So it's page 95 in your current annual catalog if you're looking for it. And do check your catalog, because depending on where you are in the world, it will be a different price. So here in Australia, it's $105.25 for the bundle. That's the stamps and the punches. Just the punches is $70. Just the stamp set is $47. Okay, I hope that's been really interesting for everybody. I hope you enjoyed it, and you'll have to let me know which color you prefer. Do you prefer the pinks and corals, or do you prefer these guys? Oh, and I remember I said I was going to add the gems, and I didn't do that yet. We've got these gorgeous pastel gems. You could use the Calypso coral ones, or you could use the gold. Both of them, because the gold goes really nicely with the lighter pink, and the this one, I'm going to use this today because it does stand out more. These Calypso coral ones look lovely with the coral color. So I'm just going to add a couple of those. There we go. And another one up here. There we go. And that's very, very pretty as well. So we've got the yellow on this one, which is a bit more of a contrast. This one, we've got the Calypso coral. So let me know which ones you like best. You can write that in the comments below. If you have any questions about how to get them, just reach out, contact me. In the meantime, I hope that you will go and look at the next video in our hop today. If you click on the description below, or that little more button below here, below this video, you'll see a list of all the people in this week's hop, or this month's hop. And I hope you'll go and check their videos out, because we've got some really lovely, talented girls who do amazing work. Enjoy, and I will see you again soon. Thanks, guys.